the emails that say, "I want to marry you, Epstein. I'll give you my daughters." This woman there was nothing she wasn't prepared to sacrifice.
Any age, really.
Did they ever say they might you?
They threatened to kill my little girl, who, when I left, was still at the house.
So Princess Eugenie is panicking after leaked texts expose her secret affair with Epstein. Apparently, her ex-boyfriend spilled the beans. He's the same boyfriend that Sarah mentioned Eugenie was spending a shagging weekend with in the Epstein files.
Now, in another email, Sarah Ferguson, Fergie, told Jeffrey Epstein that she was waiting for her youngest daughter to come back from a shagging weekend. This is in a 2010 email after the convicted Jeffrey Epstein asked her if she was coming to New York.
Yeah, I mean, that email is shocking because of how casual it is.
Apparently, he was with Eugenie while she was having an affair with Epstein. Naturally, he has all the deets about what went down between the two, including the reason why Epstein wanted to get with her in the first place. Apparently, he wanted to have a baby with her.
Epstein was fascinated by transhumanism. He dreamt of creating a so-called super race of humans using his own DNA.
In fact, according to the ex-boyfriend, Eugenie might have given birth to Epstein's kid.
And good Lord, I mean, how humiliating for her daughter today. But it also reflects an environment where Epstein was normalized within royal circles long after his criminal behavior was widely known.
It all started with fans coming across a suspicious email from Sarah Ferguson to Epstein. In the email dated September 21st, 2011, Sarah wrote, "Don't know if you are still on this BlackBerry Messenger, but heard from the Duke that you have had a baby boy. Even though you never kept in touch, I still am here with love, friendship, and congratulations on your baby boy, Sarah." Now, why would something like that turn heads? Well, for those of you who don't know, Epstein never officially had any kids. But according to the latest files, Epstein did have kids. According to one Epstein victim, she had a baby fathered by Epstein, but he was taken away from her 10 minutes after birth.
It comes from a victim's diary submitted by her attorney to the FBI as evidence. She described herself to feel like a human incubator and being forced into pregnancy and having at least one, if not more, of her babies being taken away from her. This diary is written in code. It also has printed pictures on there and what looks to be like cutout pieces from a magazine or newspaper or something along those lines. And again, everything that she writes sounds like she was forced into getting pregnant with Epstein's babies and then had at least one child taken away from her. Some of the quotes written in it read, quote, "I can't stop shaking and it's been a week. A decision was made, but I can't tell Jeffrey. These things happen. Why didn't I close my eyes fast enough? The doctor was different again, I think from Israel. He had kind eyes but didn't speak directly to me." Another victim's diary read, "I am now over 20 weeks with a baby we are certain is his." Now here's where things get crazier. Epstein was hell-bent on having kids. Why? Well, according to the New York Times, he planned to develop an improved super race of humans using genetic engineering and artificial intelligence with his DNA.
He wrote in the Wall Street Journal and he reported that Epstein wanted to freeze his sperm. It keeps coming up a lot in the recent deep programs. He wanted to freeze his sperm. And, thank you, Jay, he wanted to impregnate women at his New Mexico ranch, Zorro Ranch. Zorro. Why? Because he wanted to produce a new generation of elite humans.
He actually had plans for a large-scale operation at his ranch in New Mexico, one of his properties.
This is a 10,000-acre compound in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico, with its own airstrip, a bizarre temple-looking building, as well as signs of huge underground infrastructure. Now, for decades, Epstein's Zorro Ranch sat there quietly. He was arrested in 2019. He died in August of that year. That was 6.5 years ago. And only now in 2026 does New Mexico's political class decide, hey, maybe we should look into this. Now, the obvious question is, why did they wait until the crime scene could be completely sanitized?
Epstein told scientists and businessmen about his ambitions to use his New Mexico ranch as a base where women would be inseminated with his and would give birth to his babies. Mr. Epstein's goal was to have 20 women at a time impregnated at his 33,000 square foot Zorro Ranch in a tiny town outside Santa Fe. According to some, Epstein might have already been doing it.
What you're about to see now is not a conspiracy theory. It is a paper trail. It's victims' testimonies, it's legislative documents, it's corporate press releases, and archived web pages. And when you line them up, asset by asset, you don't get closure on Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch in New Mexico. You get a story about eugenics, transhumanism, and a baby farm that the political class suddenly pretends it just discovered.
One email from the files read, Blank spoke of this going on at Zorro Ranch. She has said on record that Epstein offered her money to do this. Birth babies for black market use.
Zorro Ranch in New Mexico, one of Epstein's properties, and the idea that he was impregnating young children there to spread his genes and keeps me up at night.
The wildest part? There were people who wanted to be a part of that cause. British biotech investor Nicole Junkerman asked Epstein if he wanted to have a baby with her. Here's what she wrote in one email. Will you have a baby with me? Where is the best place to do so? There's another email where someone wrote this to Epstein. You made many unusual offers. You offered to buy my baby 6 months into our relationship. Now, according to one source close to Sarah, she was one of these women as well, except she wanted Eugenie to carry Epstein's child. Question is, did Princess Eugenie fit the criteria? Well, according to some sources, yes. Besides, it's obvious that Epstein loved the girls. He would routinely fly them out. In fact, he had been showing up at the girls' birthday parties since they were 18 years old.
Okay, so we've all seen this photo before, right? Well, I just learned the context behind this photo, the event that this photo was taken at, and I have to share it with you guys because this is absolutely crazy. So this photo was taken at the 18th birthday party of Princess Beatrice, who is the daughter of disgraced Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. I swear Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew hate their children because what do you mean Harvey Weinstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey are all guests at your daughter's 18th birthday party?
That's proof the girls were comfortable around him. On top of that, Beatrice was going on 17 holidays a year back when she was younger.
My name's Beatrice.
According to one travel company, those luxury trips racked up around $575,000 in bills. According to royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams, Beatrice couldn't have afforded that lifestyle on her own. Her salary at Sony at the time was £19,500, $37,000, which would not go far, while her lifestyle was obviously ridiculously excessive. So where did the money come from? Well, according to experts, Epstein was writing the checks. Here's what Richard had to say about it. It now seems clear that their father's dodgy business deals when special trade envoy and their mother's alleged financial dependence on Jeffrey Epstein could have been pivotal to her life of luxury. Beatrice was able to live it up, but now we wonder at whose expense. And let's also not forget that Sarah would have approved of Epstein impregnating one of her daughters big time. She was hell-bent on selling the girls to Epstein.
It's the emails that say, I want to marry you, Epstein. I'll give you my daughters. This woman there was nothing she wasn't prepared to sacrifice.
She took them to meet Epstein in Miami less than a week after he was released from prison in July 2009.
To have lunch with a you could not make up what self-respecting mother, let alone Sarah Ferguson, would think that was an appropriate way to behave.
She would also ask the girls to show him around Buckingham Palace. In one email dated March 2010, Epstein writes, "Thank you, Sarah. Could you sick one of your daughters show Buckingham thanks?" To which Sarah replied, "Of course." In another email, Sarah apologized to writing that the girls were not around this weekend. Shows I don't crack the whip when I am not in the country. Actually, Eugenie was in France and Beatrice was out with Dave. In another text to a friend, Epstein tells Sarah a friend will be in London, adding, "Any chance of your daughter saying hello?" Safe to say, if Epstein did get Eugenie pregnant, Sarah would have been the happiest woman on the planet. But what fans really want to know is what happened to the child. Did Epstein end his life, or is he alive, studying in high school somewhere? Because if that's true, then it would mean huge trouble for the royal family. And so right now the question is the ex-boyfriend going to show more proof, or is Princess Eugenie going to bury the rumors before it gets out of hand?